are, a little bit about you, what you love to do.
I'm Matt Coyle, and I really love sports. I've always been doing track and football and baseball and everything that I possibly could. Uh, I'm going to do track in college now, so it's always fun to do sports.
Awesome. And what happened that you led to come, having you come in
In the last game of a football season, right before the half, I fell and I stuck my arm out and my shoulder popped and I tore my labrum.
Can you tell me more about your story there?
Uh, what do you mean?
So, like, after you hurt yourself, what happened? Talk about your surgery and then
Oh, okay. So,
how you felt leading up to senior
yeah.
year and all that stuff.
So I originally wasn't going to go to the doctor at all, and I hurt my pinky, so I went to the doctor. It doesn't go straight still, and I went to the doctor to get it checked, and they said it was just like it was fine. And then my mom brought up that I should get my shoulder checked, so I got it checked, and then I found out that I had a torn labrum. It kind of felt like the end of the world because I couldn't do winter track then. I had to hold off for some events in spring, but I got surgery on December 22nd, and the next year I was ready to go back to football with Jason's help.
Can you tell me about your Elevate performance therapy experience and what you have gotten out of coming here? Just kind of repeat that question as you answer.
So I got so much from here, and I truly want to thank Jason because without him, I don't think I would have been able to go back to football and do any sports that I was able to do. I had a great time here. The hour was so fun, and just like, he'd help me with flexibility and mobility with my shoulder, and then strengthening my shoulder, and not just strengthening my shoulder that was hurt, but my whole body with it. So I truly felt like I was almost like a pro. Like I was so important when I came here that he needed to help me as much as possible.
Awesome. In what ways do you feel like the experience here was different from any, maybe other places, or what did you feel like stood out to you the most?
Well, you're just a really nice person. So it was fun talking to you and kind of connecting while also getting healed and going through the rehab. But it felt good, like being able to connect with you as I was getting helped and as I was working out. And you always knew, like, you'd tell me exactly what I had to do, and you wouldn't try and sugarcoat it or anything. You'd say, you have to do this. And if you don't, then it's kind of.
And a lot of people get frustrated with their rehab process. Can you tell me, or what kind of recommendations would you have for somebody else, having gone through this experience, but also like maybe some things you learned from here, but also like going through that process? What kind of things could you help explain or encourage others with?
You have to take your time. Like, I tried blowing through it, but then I realized that maybe going as fast as you can isn't the best idea, because I know someone who has had 4 surgeries on their knee already because it gets infected and all of that, and slowing it down might be better than trying to get back to what you want to do right away. So taking your time is just so important.
And since coming here, what has going through the rehab process? What have you been able to achieve after that? You could just repeat like since the rehab, I've been able to.
Okay. Since the rehab, I've been able to go back to my football season, throw a bunch of touchdowns, catch a bunch of touchdowns, go to track. I added 4 inches to my high jump PR, and I added a foot to my pole vault PR, I dropped 2 seconds for my hurdles. Like I've done so much in the last year, and Jason has allowed me to do that by putting me through this process.
It's good you're athletic as too, you know, making you look good. So I'm sure in the beginning, you know, I know you went to somewhere else. You also had some reservations of coming. I know mom, had some reservations. You know, what can you speak a little bit about some of those challenges that you had coming in, but also, how do you feel about the decision now to go through the finish out the rehab year?
Going through the process, it was, of course, you got to look at the amount of money that you're paying. And Jason the prices were so worth it. And coming here every week and paying the amount that he asked for was 100% worth it. That was one of the main things. Like the drive, I live 15 minutes away, and it's still completely worth it to drive all the way over here. And just the smiling face that you see and the introduction that you get when you walk in, it's all just worth it coming here.
Lastly, what would you recommend others that are looking for a physical therapist or just looking to, improve their performance or, work on their aches and pains? Post-operatively, what kind of recommendations do you have? Street feedback, like if somebody needed physical therapy or...
If somebody needed physical therapy, you could always come to Jason, of course. And don't try and overdo anything that you're trying to heal, because you never know if it'll just make it worse or if you can injure yourself even more than you've already injured yourself.
Anything else you would tell them?
I don't know.
Okay.